It's hard for me to imagine a fish being so hated and so invasive that there's parts of this country, if you catch one and let it go back into the water, you can be fined a lot of money. That happens to be the case for the two species of Asian carp known as the bighead carp and the silver carp. Now, as you heard me say Asian carp, they are native to Asia, but in the 1970s, they were introduced to the United States as a method of controlling plankton populations in fish farming. Now, through flooding and mistransportation and other things like that, they eventually made their way into the Mississippi River, and from there, they've ended up in a lot of parts of central and southern United States. Now, why are they so hated? And why are they so invasive? It really comes down to two main things. One, overpopulation, and two, just how much one of these fish can eat on a daily basis. To put it in perspective for you, a largemouth bass can lay anywhere from 2,000 to 20,000 eggs a year. Just one bighead carp can lay up to 2 million eggs. That is 100 to 1,000 times more than a largemouth bass can lay. Now, cool, there's a bunch of these fish. Why is that necessarily a problem? Couldn't they be a food source for these predatory fish? Yes and no. While they're young, they can be a food source for the predatory fish, but they grow so fast that they quickly outgrow all predators, and in pretty much no time at all, they don't really have a natural predator. From my studying, I've kind of found a broad range, but the general consensus is that each bighead carp can eat somewhere in the realm of 40% of its body weight every day. Every day. These fish get over 100 pounds. You're talking 40 pounds of food for one fish. That's a child, you know what I mean? As filter feeders, their main source of food is plankton. What a lot of people don't know is that smaller species of fish like bluegill, perch, crappie, while they're growing up, they do rely on that same food source of plankton to grow up. So you have all these fish coming in, dwindling the plankton populations. That's taking away the food source for the food source. These bluegill, crappie, those are the food source for the predatory fish. Catfish, gar, walleye, bass, pike, you name it. Those fish rely on those bait fish in order to survive. So it's kind of a domino effect. You have these bighead carp come in, eat all the plankton. The fish that would be eating the plankton, they don't have any food anymore. They are the food for other species. So when the food doesn't get food, those top of the food chain species also don't get food. Overpopulation and just eating a crazy amount of food is just a formula for destruction. You're never going to be able to fully get rid of them. Obviously, we never intended for them to make their way into the lakes and the rivers and things like that, but now that they're here, there's not much we can do about it. They overpopulate like crazy. They pretty much have no natural predators at a certain size, which they get very quickly. So join me on my journey to try to catch the world's most hated fish. We're going to the heart of where they live in Missouri. Less than a year ago, the world record fish was caught in Missouri. I believe it weighed 97 pounds, which is just insane. And they get much bigger than that. But as filter feeders, they can be very hard to catch. So we're gonna go to Missouri, we're gonna talk to some locals, we're gonna figure out what these fish are really about. And if we're lucky, we can get one up for you guys. After a couple flights and a long layover, I'm finally in Missouri. I'm getting picked up by my mom where we're traveling about 45 minutes east to get some rest for the night. Bright and early the next morning, I'm going down to a local tackle shop to get a better understanding about how the locals feel about these fish. Kind of want to get to know more about how the locals feel about the fish, specifically like the bighead and the silver carp. Do they hate them? Do they love them? Do they not really care for them? Is there any benefit to them being here? Is it just all negative? You probably know better than anyone else, so.
I would say that most people pretty well find them as a big nuisance. You know, they're very invasive. They pretty much have taken over, you know, all the lakes and rivers and stuff. They eat eggs, food for other fish like catfish, crappie, bluegill, you know, so if we can't get rid of them, then the rest of our populations are just gonna go down. So people do use them as bait. Can't use them as live bait, but you can use them as cut bait.
Interesting. Well, thank you.
Now that I have a better understanding about how the locals feel about this fish, I think it's time to run down to the spillway right next door and hopefully catch a few.
It's really hard to imagine that there would be any kind of bighead carp in here. I mean, a fish that can get up to 100 pounds in this tiny little spillway. But I've seen them here. When I was here in summer last year, I saw them. There are a couple methods to catching these fish. In Missouri, if they jump in your boat, which is something they regularly do, it's your fish. You can keep it. There's no limit. Doesn't matter. You can catch them with a dip net. If I'm not mistaken, you can catch them with cast nets. We're going to be trying to hook them in the mouth today, but that is a very, very hard thing to do because they're filter feeders. So we will also be snagging them, which, before you freak out, it's totally legal and encouraged. There is a snagging season in Missouri. This year, I believe it's March 15th to April 30th. However, for temporary overflows like this, it's year-round, January 1st to December 31st. So we are well within our rights here. Missouri is also a little different than Arizona. You're allowed up to 3 rods. So I've brought 3 rods with me. There's no place for us to put rod holders, as if I had any anyway. But let me kind of show you guys what's up. So the first method I've seen people kind of swear by when it comes to catching them in the mouth is some kind of like green curly tail, because it's supposed to look like algae or like something in the water. And we got 3 of them. 3 of them, and then a bank sinker on the bottom. And we're gonna cast it out in that flow there and just let them sit. I mean, there's a good chance we get other species doing this too. But the goal is to have a bighead carp just suck one of them in. People also catch them on spoons and stuff, but it's very limited on what I was able to bring since I do not live here. It's definitely too heavy of a weight for what we're doing, but into that, straight into the flow. It's really not that deep. It's probably all of 5 or 6 foot deep. And then what we're gonna have to do with this is just loosen the drag. And if a fish takes it, we're gonna have to tighten up and get to it. Let's try that out. I honestly don't have much faith in that. And that brings us to our second rig, which I have a little more faith in. With these temporary overflows, the fish that are in them and, you know, all that stuff can change pretty much year round. But we've got literally a, I think this is an 8 or a 9/0 weighted treble hook. I always joke about using these, but today we're actually using them. In Missouri, you can be fined up to $100 per bighead carp that you let back into the water. They are serious about wanting them gone. So that's why they encourage people to snag them. I've also heard they're good eating, so maybe we try them out. I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna get any. This is kind of a gamble. It is very, very cold. I'm not quite used to temperatures like this. Luckily, I got these electronic hand warmers in my pockets. I'm layered up like crazy. I've got some gloves I'm gonna throw on in just a sec. There's snow around me, which is something that's never been seen in one of my videos before. I have no idea what to expect. I've never done this. I have never snagged fish. I've never been anywhere where it's legal. In Arizona, I don't think there's any legal way to snag fish. You can literally buy treble hooks, these giant treble hooks at Walmart here. Whew. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, that... All right, well, we just ran into our first realization issue that we're probably gonna have a lot today. But this thing's basically a grappling hook. Just got wrapped around this rock. That actually wasn't even the hook that got wrapped, it was the braid. So, throw that in there, gotta run all the way around. Can't even lie with y'all, the anticipation's killing me. I've never done this. This is just like, who knows how it's gonna be. So I think no, dude, we cannot do this. This might be a lot more annoying than I anticipated. I imagined we were gonna get stuck on the bottom. I did not think like literally twice in one cast. I haven't even really reeled it yet. Look at the stuff I have to do to get myself untangled. I think this is going to be more difficult than anticipated. Alright, that should do it. Okay, shall we try again? Thank you guys for bearing with me here. Okay, on the bottom, make sure we're good, and swipe. I've been told you want to cover as much water as possible in a swoop, not to just yank. Hey look, we're cleaning up the waterway. We got some line out. Sweet, we're gonna make a little pile. Felt like I just hit something. Okay, there's 2 casts in a row now. Oh, we got a scale on here. We got a scale. Look at that. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Might be hard to see on camera, but right there, I believe that is a scale of a bighead carp. I knew we bumped into something. It felt like we bumped into something, but we didn't like set into something. All right, my confidence just went up like tenfold. I might actually want to come from it from like an angle like that. Now, I don't know how these fish are temperament wise. I don't know if they spook over loud sounds like that. In the off chance that they do, I'm just gonna give a quick second, let them regroup. All right, we're gonna swing. Oh my gosh, we got one, 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 we got one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's tiny, but we got one. Oh, yeah, baby. I think this, I don't know if this is bighead or silver. It's not very big. Okay, that was definitely one of these fish's scales then. Per the law, these cannot be tossed back in the water, so we're gonna dispatch them up here and throw them on the ice. It's literally a skull of one of these fish. People just toss them. You're not supposed to leave them out. You're responsible for throwing them in the trash can or taking them home and eating them or something. Well, that's super cool. We did it. We traveled 1,000 miles and we did not skunk. That is totally a legal way of catching them. I'm not allowed to put it back in the water. It would be, I will be fined if I put it back in the water. Well, that was our first cast back into the spillway there. I think that's the move. I think they're probably stacked up in there. He didn't fight at all. He literally just accepted his fate. I mean, it is winter. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I didn't come all this way just to skunk. All the research I did, all the time I put into searching the right rigs and stuff. Glad it wasn't all for nothing. Let's give it a shot. Did we go from all the way up here? Oh my gosh. That might be kind of hard. We might have to get down, but hey, let's give it a shot. Oh my gosh. So let it sit to the bottom. What if they could just be stacked there in like the thousands? I wouldn't even be surprised. This is sketchy, but this might give us a good chance of getting another fish pretty easily. Oh, I just bumped one. I just bumped one like crazy. Surprised we don't have another scale on there. Dude, there's ice in my guides. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's literally ice. Oh my goodness. Look, it's frozen. It's frozen, dude. Hey, I'm just saying, nowhere in Arizona have I ever had my guides freeze on me. This literally, like, there's a chunk of ice in there. I'm gonna put my like hand warmer on it, smelt it. Oh, that worked. That's actually crazy. All the guides are frozen. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for the hand warmers, because they just turned into guide defrosters. I think we got one. Yes, we definitely got one. We definitely got one. Oh my gosh, do we? It's a bigger one. It's gotta be, because that dude's actually fighting. Yes, we do have one. They're stacked up in there. They've gotta be. They seriously have to be. Oh my gosh. They seriously have to be, because if I can get a cast back there, it's like I'm either hitting one or catching one every time. Oh my gosh. They're cool fish. I'm not gonna lie about that. They're cool looking fish. Please don't shoot a treble hook up at me like I just did to you. We didn't go 1,000 miles for nothing. I mean, it's this actually, this one looks slightly different than the last. Maybe the head looks slightly different. That might be an actual big head. I don't know. I'll put up on the screen every time. Well, they're pretty much the same, I would say. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, that's $200 in fines if I put these guys back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Guys, we're saving the ecosystem. Yay! Oh man. All right, my hands are starting to get a little bit cold because I just washed them off in the freaking snow up there. Oh, this is cool. This year my goal is to just become the best fisherman I can, and that's learning different tactics and stuff to catch these fish. With this, it might be snagging. It's perfectly legal. It's a technique, whether you agree with it or not. It is a technique that I did not know how to do before today. There we go, we got one. Oh! We just missed one. I didn't even realize this camera had died. Oh my gosh. After probably an hour. That was wide out in the open as well. So maybe they're not stacked back there anymore because I kept casting back there. Nothing. Literally, what, first or second cast out in the open. We're all out of weighted treble hooks. We just got normal ones now, but hey, it did the job. Well, whatever it was bigger than the first two. Could have been a big head. Pretty sure the first two are silvers. I didn't believe it for a second. I thought I was snagged. Well, I was, but I thought I was snagged on like a rock because I hadn't got a fish in so long. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, that's nice. That's nice, dude. That's bigger than the first two and bigger than the one I just hooked. Dude, as soon as we go back out in the open, and we're getting them. All right, what is this? Please be a big head. I wonder if we got mostly silvers in here. Dude, this is a much bigger one. I think this is a silver as well. I have no idea really how to like totally identify them, but dude, we're knocking them out. Look at me, I look like a freaking Terminator. So that was pretty much back-to-back casts as soon as we went to the open. So all right, I think we got our groove here. And they pretty much look the same. But we got 3 of these guys out of this water here. Feels good cleaning up the ecosystem a bit. I've hardly seen any other fish in here, and that's probably a big part due to these guys. All right, out in the open and swiping low, because we were swiping like up like this for a little bit there, but now I think I got it kind of figured out, because that was almost back-to-back cast there that we actually had to hook something just low like that. There we go, we got one. Oh, nice. Oh, I kind of changed it up there. I just started swiping like up and down, and they worked right away. That was the first cast I switched something up. You go a while without any success, you gotta switch it up. Another one taken out of this ecosystem. Can't really get mad at the fish. They don't know any better. They don't know that they're invasive. They're just doing their thing, but still. Gotta put the native species first. Well, I believe these are all silver carp. I don't think any of the ones that we caught today are bighead. Could be wrong. I'll do research and take pictures and stuff after, but man, we're doing it, man. Every time I switch it up, I get on them right away. I switch it up and start fishing out here, boom, on them. Don't get one for a minute, switch to jumping up and down rather than just like swipe, stop, boom, got one. I don't know if it's lucky, but hey, that's how fishing goes. If whatever you're doing isn't working, either there ain't fish where you're fishing, which is very unlikely, or you need to switch something up. That is 4 invasive Asian carp taken out of the ecosystem. 4 down, probably a million to go, but hope you guys enjoy this one. Traveled over 1,000 miles away from home specifically to catch these fish right here, and we had a successful day. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we had a successful day. Love you guys, and I will see you guys next week.